What's going on, everybody? Corey here, and if you could not figure this out by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about Gogeta in this video. Now, there have been a few different versions of Gogeta, and even a version that really doesn't exist, but he could exist. And instead of just looking at one of them, we're going to be taking a look at all of them, trying to figure out which ones can or cannot, or which ones would and would not have the ability to use Super Saiyan Blue, and then see how they would stack up against Vegito Blue. Before all of that, though, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate it. Now, if you've seen any of my previous or my most recent videos, you already know that I'm doing the Loot Crate giveaway. So if we can hit 3,000 subs by the end of this year, I'm going to be giving away three-month Loot Crate subscriptions. And if we hit 2,500 subs, I'll be giving away 2 of them. If you want to get in on that, go ahead, subscribe, and then I'll be giving the rest of the instructions at the end of this video. But now, let's jump right into it. I guess to start, a quick fusion review wouldn't hurt. So throughout Dragon Ball, though, Goku and Vegeta have used 2 separate fusion techniques, the Fusion Dance and the Potara. The dance creates Gogeta, and it's got a time limit of 30 minutes. It can be reduced if the energy that's needed to maintain the fusion is used up. Now, the Potara creates Vegito. The fusion lasts for an hour at the most, unless, of course, you're in the Dragon Ball GT timeline of things. And like the dance, though, the fusion will end if the energy that's needed to maintain the fusion is used up. All of that is outside of the GT universe, of course. Now, if the Potara are removed or broken, the fusion will end as well. Unless you're a god, and in that case, it's a permanent fusion and you're just screwed, so it is what it is. But before we go any further, we need to establish one thing. The Potara fusion is more powerful than the Fusion Dance. This is an indisputable, verified fact. I know it's questioned a lot, but it's not even open for debate. I mean, it's a fact that the Potara fusion is more powerful than the Fusion Dance.
No way, really? It's not just simpler. It's more powerful. 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 It's more powerful than Fusion 2. This nifty little maneuver has long been a secret weapon for all us Supreme Kai.
So as I said, though, there are different versions of Gogeta, different scenarios, and this is the result of all the non-canon continuities going on, like the movies and GT and all that nonsense. The first place that I want to start is going to be in the main timeline. Now, in the main timeline, technically, Gogeta does not exist. He's not canon. However, the Fusion Dance is a thing, and Goku and Vegeta both exist. So, if they did the dance, Gogeta would be a thing, and for the purpose of this video, or this part of the video, we're just going to assume that he does exist. That they did do the dance, and he does exist in the main timeline. So, in the main timeline, if Goku and Vegeta did the Fusion Dance, we would have Gogeta. Even though he's not a canon character already, that's all they gotta do to make him become a canon character. Now, Goku can turn Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta can turn Super Saiyan Blue, and Vegito can turn Super Saiyan Blue, so Gogeta would be able to turn Super Saiyan Blue as well. Now, trying to compare him to Vegito Blue in the main timeline, in terms of raw power, because the Potara fusion is a more powerful fusion, in terms of raw power, Vegito would be stronger than Gogeta, but Vegito has 2 weaknesses that Gogeta does not have that Gogeta could possibly exploit to gain the upper hand in a fight. But we'll get to those in a moment. But just in the main timeline, Gogeta would be able to go Super Saiyan Blue, so that's established. Now, in GT, Gogeta is the go-to fusion character, though, not because he's stronger than Vegito is, but because the Potara fusion was still permanent in GT, so it didn't get that super retcon to make it only an hour long. Now, we know that the events of GT take place like 10 years after Buu was defeated. The events of Super, though, started like a year or so after Buu was defeated, but they happened in separate timelines. So because of this, Gogeta in GT cannot turn Super Saiyan Blue, but he can turn Super Saiyan 4. An interesting fact, though, is that the Potara fusion is still permanent in this, which means that a Vegito in GT would not have the 2 weaknesses that I mentioned a minute ago that I'm going to be explaining in a moment. So Gogeta in GT has no chance in a fight against a Vegito in GT. It's not going to happen. But again, though, this version of Gogeta missed out on the events that would have given him Super Saiyan Blue. So that's not going to happen. And now this is when things start to get interesting. Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Now, while the main timeline versions of Goku and Vegeta were not a part of Super Dragon Ball Heroes originally, we had Goku Zeno and Vegeta Zeno. Now, however, in the Prison Planet arc, they were added to the lineup, and now we have 2 different versions of Goku and 2 Vegetas. And that gives us 4 possible versions of Gogeta. We have Goku Zeno and Vegeta Zeno, and they have Super Saiyan 4 but not Super Saiyan Blue, and their fusion is Gogeta Zeno, and he only has Super Saiyan 4 as well. So there's no Gogeta Zeno Blue. The main timeline, Goku and Vegeta can turn Super Saiyan Blue, making the Gogeta that I talked about a minute ago. From the main timeline, he can turn blue, but he cannot turn Super Saiyan 4. But what happens, what do we do, what if Goku Zeno fused with Vegeta from the main timeline, or if Vegeta Zeno fused with Goku from the main timeline? Well, we know that Gogeta can use instant transmission, so the fused characters have access to the abilities of the people that fuse to create them. And since one of them would have Super Saiyan 4 and the other would have Super Saiyan Blue, we have two versions of Gogeta that would be able to use Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue. Now, it's fun to imagine a Super Saiyan 4 Blue Gogeta. I don't think that's possible, though. I don't see that happening. I see no reason to believe that they can stack the higher Super Saiyan forms onto Super Saiyan Blue. If it was possible, we would have seen Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3 Blue by now. And I don't think that Goku would have actually resorted to using the Kaioken attack, but Super Saiyan 3 Blue would have been much more powerful. Now, even when there are two of them, we're just going to treat them as just one different character. Now, something to keep in mind, though, is that also gives us 4 possible Vegetos, and 2 of them would be able to go Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue at the same time. Not at the same time, but they would be able to have both of those abilities. So that doesn't give Gogeta the upper hand, but this Vegito would have the same weaknesses as the main timeline Vegito that I mentioned a moment ago, so it's possible that Gogeta could win this fight. So we have the main timeline and the weird Zeno normal Gogeta hybrid with the ability to turn Super Saiyan Blue, and then in Dragon Ball GT and the Zeno Gogeta, the original Gogeta from Dragon Ball Heroes, neither of them can use Super Saiyan Blue. So what are the weaknesses that I was talking about? How could Gogeta defeat Vegito? Well, when the energy needed to maintain a Potara fusion, or any fusion at that matter, the fusion ends when that energy is used up. Now, Vegito is stronger, so the fusion requires more energy to maintain, and it uses more energy when fighting. So if Gogeta Blue went on the defensive and held back and conserved his power while Vegito Blue was going all out, it's possible that he could remain fused for longer than Vegito could, and then if that was the case, if the fusion ended, he could take out Goku and Vegito with no problem. And the other weakness is going to be the Potara themselves. Now, if Gogeta could find a way to rip off one or to destroy one of the Potara while Vegito was wearing it, the fusion would end as well, and he would be able to take out Goku and Vegeta pretty easily. So that's really all I've got for you guys for this video. As for the Loot Crate giveaway, to get into that, all you gotta do is just leave me a comment letting me know you subscribed. Click on subscribe, obviously you have to subscribe to be in it. Just gotta do that part. And then just shoot me an email. It's mymindofmadness0117@gmail.com. That's mymindofmadness0117@gmail.com. And just in the subject line of the email, just say something along the lines of like Loot Crate giveaway or something like that. But like I said, that's all I've got for you guys in this video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch it. Check out some of my other content. But that's all I've got. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.